Alright, in this class I will be showing you how to create table and as well use it to do your calculations. As you see, it's something in daily life. There is a lot of benefits knowing how to create table in yourself. Now there is a misconception ongoing. I want to show you this thing. This is not a table. This is not what to do now. Something like this. I believe this one is simple. Something like this is not a table. Excel does not recognize this as a table. This is a table format. In other words, it looks like table. It is not actually a table. But in Microsoft Word is what we use as table. But there is something that makes Excel not to recognize it as table, because Excel has a powerful features that is meant for tables, and in this class we'll be exploring those features. So I have also duplicated this data here so that I'll be comparing what Excel recognizes as table and this kind of table formats. Right, so now let's create a table that Excel sees as table. So in order to create a table with this something like this, now the first thing you do is to highlight all of them. Highlight the cells that you want to have the table drawn. All right, so after highlighting it, you go to insert, then click on table. You can see this thing here means range. This is range. You can see it. I'm talking about this is the range of the cell that Excel is creating the table for. So make sure that this range here is the same thing as all the cells you have here. I mean, you can see G2. I believe you have learned, just in case you don't know how to name cell, the request for the video. The video is already made. There's a video on how to name cell, but in this class, you're focusing on how to create the table. Now, in this place now is now showing us the range of cells that the cell is creating a table with, and which is also this border now. This cell that has been covered with this green border. So in order to create the table now, click OK. Now, this is what Excel calls table. You can see it's not quite the same thing, this kind of table. There are a lot of things we can do here that can never be done here. For instance, we can add more row here by simply going to this last place, and let's type something. Let's type SUIT-VENS. Alright, and I'll hit enter. Watch what will happen. Something happened. What will happen? I'm seeing it now. If you watch carefully, you see that the table format of this table have been included in this events now have been included as part of this table, unlike this one that if I try to add data here, and hit enter, it is still not included in this table. So this just makes this table special. I see it again. Look at this place now. If you notice, if you look carefully, you see that this table has header. Same thing with this one. But watch what will happen here. If I scroll down, you see that the names of those headers will still be on the head part of this table. That is to say that the header of this table remains visible even when you have scrolled below it, unlike this kind of table. So if I have thousands of columns and rows, no matter how down I went, as long as I'm on this using this kind of table, I will still be seeing the names on the columns. So this is one of the major differences between these two tables. There are yet we are going to discover more. Another one is if you look at these things, you are seeing there are buttons here. All these are buttons and they have features. We're going to be exploring those features there. Also, this one does not have a button, and this one has a button. Inside the button, we have sorts, we have filter by text, we have all of this, which are going to be doing. But for now, let's introduce this table very well. Also, if you look at this place here, you will be seeing. Look at this place. You see an icon here. It's like a small icon. That icon can be used to increase the size of this table and also extend it to other places to have other columns and rows to be included in this table. So if I keep my cursor there, you see that the cursor changes from a cross to a double arrow head. That means it's ready to be used. So let me increase the size of this. So I will grab it by left clicking on my mouse. So I grab it and drag it to the right and drag it to this place. You see, these table formats have been included in these two columns, right? So we can choose to add more data. You can even change the name of the columns. You can change it from here. You can change it from here. See something. You can do the same thing with this column. You can add data with this. Now let's go back. Ctrl C, Ctrl Z. Okay, now the next thing I want us to know is this loop color can be changed. You can as well switch this, change the color, the style of this table. Now, if you look at this place now, we have file and all of this data review and all of this, and have table design. Now, the reason why you're seeing this table design is because I have this kind of table. If I click on this table or any empty place that's not inside this table, you stop seeing this table design. Now let's try. Let me click on this table. See, it can disappear. If I click anywhere else, it will now come up again. But if I want to bring it up, I'll click on this table. Now it means that this table design tab belongs to this table. Anything you find here will be used only for this table. So if I open it now, let's click on it. Everything here will be used to affect or change the feature and the component of this table. Now let's start with this side. Let's say we are dealing with table style now. And you can see there are demarcations and properties of this table design. You can see demarcation here, here, right? I mean, you can see this demarcation here, here. This one is property, tools, external table, data I'm talking about. So, and the rest, same thing happens to every other places. So, let's change the color of this table now. Look at this place. If you just hover your cursor, as long as you are on this table, as I am on this table, not here, not anywhere else here. If I click on any place, the table automatically change to that color here. Right? So you can choose any color you want to go with, just in case the color you want or the color you like is not here. This are not satisfactory. You can open this tab to see more. And you can go ahead and open your new table style and create your own. Go through this and see the steps in creating your own choice of table style. Okay, now look at this place now. We have table style options. So in this our table, we have header row checked. Meanwhile, if we uncheck this header row, now the header will disappear. It means you don't want our table to have a header row. Because we want our table to have a header row. That's how we check it. Also, you have total row. We're talking about the total row. You can see the total row here. To add total row, we click on the total row. You can see it's calculated the sum of all the figures we have here. And if you want to do other things other than calculating the total number, the total people you have in the row, you can as well click on the cell that has the total row, click on it. Then by the right, you see a button there. You open it. These are the things you can do for this row, for this code instead. For this code. So if I say count, it will count the number of cells there. If you count one after the other, you just start with 11. You can also do other things. You just anything. It's a maximum. You see, telling us that the maximum figure here is $44,450. I want us to change this thing to Naira. Let's change this to Naira. So, yes, so that it will fall with what is here. Alright, so that is how to add total row